Handjes aan de kant. Good morning, welcome back to our Portuguese homestead. It is pouring down today. It is very extreme. Same old as the last week or so, where it's just been weather warning after weather warning because the amount of water coming from the sky is just very extreme. I'm sure you're getting sick of hearing about it though. I'll try to go outside a little bit later, or maybe tomorrow, to show you some footage of that. Anyway, we've mostly stayed inside so far, which is why I'm still in my pajama pants. It's actually almost already time for Bo to have his nap, and I just thought I'd mention that I've been trying to read more again. A couple of weeks ago I was ordering some kids books secondhand in the Netherlands, and then I thought, why not buy some books for myself as well, because they were only a couple of euros each. And the books that I still have to read here weren't really speaking to me. My favorite genre is dystopian fiction, but just doesn't feel right at the moment. So I try to go for a normal fiction book, which is this one still has a sad theme. This is the Dutch title, but it actually won an international Booker prize, so it is available in English. I will put the title on the screen if I can find it. I'm about halfway in. So far it's heavy, but I like it. And I also got this one, and just to see. For the longest time I never read any Dutch literature, just because the kind that I was exposed to was not really my thing, but preferences can change, and this is some newer stuff, so I'm into it so far. We'll see how far we get. But I've been trying to read more, either while Bo is taking a nap for an hour during the day, or just half an hour before I go to bed, just because it's very good for my mental health, instead of just scrolling on Instagram, going on YouTube, not finding anything I want to watch. There aren't really any shows that I'm watching right now, so reading is the thing. I just always need a book to really capture me, and this one is doing that for me right now. So I'm gonna put Bo down for a nap, and then I'll talk to you later. Okay, just had to go outside to help Maarten refill the petrol in our generator, which you might be able to hear now running outside. This is obviously a backup option for us. We have our solar panels and they recharge the batteries, and we have lithium iron phosphate battery, so that can take a little bit of a beating. It's not like lead acid where you have to constantly have them completely full. Anywho, but since it's raining so much, the solar panels are only charging by maybe 20 watts each, just because it's so dark and there's not really any sunshine to pick up. So we have to run the generator every few days to top up our battery, and that we at the moment we only use it to charge the laptops and the laptop and our phone and just the lighting and stuff. So we're not using any major power, but still, because there's nothing coming in, we have to use the generator. Good morning. There's more rain, which is no surprise, but I do want to go out for a little walk and I'll take you with me. I finally got some new shoes. I always have a little bit of trouble spending money on myself, especially if I know it will be good to spend just a little bit more just to get the quality. So I was able to get these good hiking shoes for 50 euros because I got them secondhand, which is nothing in the scheme of things. So I'm very happy with it, because new, I think these go for about 200. And it's just bizarre to me how many people buy pretty like good quality expensive shoes just to walk on them twice and then sell on again, because they're not actually interested in hiking or just walking in general. So yeah, pretty happy with these. They're pretty sturdy. They should be waterproof, all the things. So let's go outside and see what's going on there. Gaan we lopen, Louis? Kom maar. So usually there's a path here, Now there's about 2 feet of water. We'll have to see if I can jump this a little bit. Is it dumb if I do this with the camera in my hand? Probably, but let's do it. There's also a well here, so I don't really want to fall into that. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off because I'm gonna fall on it. I made it, and my feet are still dry. Okay, let's try to get home. We zijn er weer, Louis. Kom je mee? So, that was a nice walk, despite the rain and all the parts where I had to jump over streams and find places where I could actually walk. My feet are still dry, so in that aspect, my new shoes are doing their job. They're a little bit tight still though, so I have to walk them in over time. My jeans are completely wet from all the tall wet grass. My jeans didn't make it, but that's okay. Maarten also turned on the generator again to recharge the battery, which is just something that we have to do at the moment, and it's just, that's one of the struggles of being off grid. You can have as much solar as you want and so many batteries, but if the sun doesn't shine for a long time, then you just have to fill it up some other way. So that is what it is. In Sunday's video I showed you that we have a bunch of streams running at the moment. So I had some suggestions on why not add some hydro to the mix, because that's a great addition to an electrical system if you are off grid. And I know this because a couple of years ago when we just came to Portugal, we stayed in a place where he had a pretty big solar array already, but because he was on a mountain, and kind of pretty much almost downhill. He also had a seasonal stream on his property, or on the border of his property. So what he did was he just put in a pipe and like a hydro turbine, and that was a really great addition to the electrical system for days like, or weeks like this, where it just rains a bunch. But his stream was kind of pretty much running the whole winter, and ours is not, because we're not on a mountain really. It's more of a hillside. So sadly, the stream only runs when it rains this much, and so I don't think that it's really worth the effort of putting in a hydro system and a turbine and all the things. What we might do in the future is doing a water battery, but that's something that we want to do once we are on top and we can really set that up and think about it properly. For now, we just have to do it like this. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, another thing that is that is how it is Maarten also turned on the generator to turn on the washing machine, because Pig still needs clean clothing for school, and we haven't been able to wash or do laundry on just the panels. It will probably also mean that I have to dry it inside, because it's still raining a bunch, which is also not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put on some clothesline, I think, because our rack is not big enough for a full load, and we'll do that later. Oh. She saw the other cat, and they're not friends at the moment, so. I just cut up a bit of extra firewood just to keep us going. We bought a big load about a month ago, but we're already through most of it, so we have to get a new batch. This is where I'll leave you for today. If you want to watch more of our daily life here on our homestead in Portugal, I think you will really like this video, and otherwise I'll see you next week.